Hello friends, and today we will learn about The Solitary Reaper by William Wordsworth of the class 7, and here we will also discuss all the possible questions that will very essential for your exam. So without any further, let's begin to the poem. So first of all, let's watch the introduction of the poem. So basically, it is a ballad poem, means a story written in the form of poem, and that has not a particular length or end. Here, the poet has written the story in the format of poem without thinking about the length and breadth. Okay, and it is a folk song, means people used to sing it like a song. And basically here the solitary reaper means the solitary means alone here, and the reaper means the person who cut the crops, any kind of crops, that can be example rice, maize, millet, any type of crops, and the person who cut it is known as reaper. And solitary means alone. So basically here William Wordsworth has described about the alone girl who is cutting the crops in the field. So here basically William Wordsworth had described about that girl in the form of poem without any particular end. He just kept writing about a girl. Okay, and now let's ex- understood it. Okay, so it is the first stanza, and before telling you the first stanza, first let's watch the word meanings. Here, behold means see, and yon means a very old ancient English word which means yonder or there. Okay, and solitary means single or alone, you can say, and highland means mountain, and lass means girl. Okay, and ripping I have already told in the beginning of the poem. Ripping means the person who is cutting the crops, and the particular action when it is continuing, it is known as ripping. It is a verb here. Here the poet say, see the girl who is single in the field, and in the mountain girl who is reaping and singing all by herself. And here you have two options, whether you stop here without disturbing her and listen to her carefully or observe her, or else gently pass without disturbing the girl. Now coming to the second stanza. Alone she cuts and binds the grain, and sings a melancholy strain. Oh, listen, for the well profound is overflowing with the sound. Here the poet is trying to explain that she alone is cutting and binding. Binding means joining all the grains together, and singing a melancholy strain. Melancholy means sad tune. She is singing a sad sort of tune. And oh, listen, the poet is here expressing that. The poet is expressing that, oh, listen for the well profound. Well profound means a deep valley. Oh, listen, her song is overflowing with, in the valley, in the deep valley, with her melancholy sad sort of tune. It is overflowing everywhere with the air, with all over. Now coming to the third stanza, no nightingale did ever chant more welcome notes to weary birds of travellers and some steady hunt among Arabian sands. So here basically the poet is comparing the girls, here the girl song to the nightingale. Here the poet is telling that no nightingale also can chant. Chant means sing like this girl who is singing beautifully. No nightingale ever can sing like her, and her song is like welcoming notes to the a tired group of travelers who were traveling on the Arabian sand and who wants to rest under the tree for some energy. It will be very relaxing for them who will hear this sort of song from this maiden or lass. Even the nightingale can't sing like her. Here, the poet is comparing this girl's song to the nightingale. Now, coming to the fourth stanza, a voice so thrilling never was heard in springtime from the cuckoo bird, breaking the silence of the sea among the farthest Hebrides. So basically, here the poet is uh, describing the song of that girl. So basically, where the poet is telling that her voice is so thrilling with full of suspense that was never heard. It was so unique, and in the springtime of from the cuckoo bird, like that break the silence of the sea means here the poet is comparing the song with the cuckoo bird, means the song is like that that will break the silence of the sea, and it is among the farthest Hebrides. Hebride means a group of, okay. The fifth stanza is, will no one will tell me what she sings? Perhaps the planetive numbers flow for old and happy far of things and battles long ago. So here the poet is telling to us that will anyone will tell me that what actually the girl is singing or trying to tell, because and here the poet is guessing that perhaps maybe the song is related to something old, unhappy, or some sad incident that had already happened, or something about maybe the fight that happened long ago, maybe the ancient history fight the girl is singing. And it is like planetive numbers. Planetive numbers means sad song, because it seems like sad song the girl is singing, and it may be related to some old unhappy or far of things, or maybe related to some battles that had happened very very long ago, or long period of time. To the sixth stanza, it is that, or is it some more humble, familiar matter of today, some natural sorrow, loss, or pain that has been and maybe again? So basically, here the poet is guessing again that maybe it is not sad, maybe it is some humble means maybe it is humble song means lyrics, and maybe it is the girl is singing to some familiar matter of today, and maybe it includes some natural sorrow, loss, or pain that is bothering the girl again and again. Okay. Mm, so the poet is guessing what the song can be. Now coming to the seventh stanza, whatever the theme the maiden sang, as if her song could have no ending, I saw her singing at her work and over the sickle bending. So here again the poet is explaining that. So whatever the theme of the song may be of that girl, the maiden means girl. Whatever the girl sing, it is it feels like that song has no ending. It will continue like this, and here the poet is telling that I saw her singing. Here the poet saw the girl singing at her work when she is reaping the crops, and over the sickle bending also. Okay, sickle means it is a tool with a short handle and a curved blade that is used for cutting grass and grain crops. It means that the poet is telling that he means the poet saw the girl singing at her work, and when the girl is bending all her crops with one special tool, that is sickle. Now, coming to the eighth stanza, coming to the end of the poem, last stanza, I listened motionless and still, and as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore long after it was heard no more. A very beautiful line by William Wordsworth. He is telling that I listened the girl's song that is sung by her without moving. Motionless means without any movement, without any motion. With statue, like a statue, I stood there and listened to her. Listened to her. And as I mounted up the hill, I went the poet William Wordsworth mounted up to the hill. He carried the girls, the maiden that lay music with his heart. Okay, bore means carried. And when he began to climb the mountain, the song began to disappear from their ear, and forever and ever he carried that girl, that lay, that maiden music in their heart. And now here you can take screenshot of the word meaning of this poem and write it in your notebook.
And in the description box, I will be providing you some link where you can go to that website and practice some extra questions of this chapter that is very important in the point of view of the exam. And beside of this, you should also practice your textbook questions that is written by your school teacher. Do practice that also. So with this, let's end our lecture, and please subscribe and meet you in my next video.